Welcome back to Slam Shenanigans. So today's project is a pretty simple one. We're basically just going to fill this ditch here that you see with more cobblestone. So originally the homeowners had this drainage ditch lined with cobblestone and fabric in front of their house, and they decided that they didn't like all the rocks always falling to the bottom. So their solution was to just basically order 48 to 50 tons of cobblestone and have it filled in. Well, if you've ever tried to move cobblestone by your hands or with a rake or a shovel, it is not easy. So they called me up and said, hey, can you come out here? And I said, yeah, for sure. Here another neighbor's coming out and checking out and inspecting what I'm doing, apparently. I think that gentleman was a retired landscaper, and the homeowner said that I got the seal of approval later. But anyways, yeah, so the trucking company, who I actually use also, had already dropped out one load, truck and transfer, kind of made 2 piles with the truck and then 2 piles with the rear can. And so I kind of came in and started leveling it out here, and it was going to be an easy thing. So I just ended up chatting with the homeowner here a bit. Actually, I've known the homeowner as a friend for over 20 years. So obviously we talk a bit. And then you'll see him here. He's bringing out his hose, cleaning out his little walkway there, but he's also going to be spraying the rocks. And if you're asking yourself, why would he be doing that? Well, where the cobblestones come from in our area, this time of year, they don't necessarily run them through a wash plant. So there's a little bit of dirt on them. So he's just kind of cleaning them off because we're probably not going to get a lot of rain. So here's kind of mid-project, the way it looked. And here's the other side of this tree here. And he's got like a bridge walkway. So what he wanted to do was just kind of fill up as close as possible to the bridge with this rock. And then he's going to end up replacing that deck later and get some more rock and fill just completely underneath it. So basically this is a very large leach ditch, if you will. So the water's going to come in here and just run through these rocks. So my task was to get 50 tons of rock moved in an efficient manner. My gosh, I haven't had enough coffee while I'm editing this video. And then just kind of clean it up for them. So here's the delivery of second stuff. Yeah, so what you'll see is the trucking company kind of deliver half the load, 1 pile. Homeowner will tell them when to stop, and then he'll pull forward, drop the truck bed, and then he'll reposition a little bit further out. Just kind of keeps all the rock out of the middle of the street and off the grass. There he is. I won't mention his name, but if you look that up, you can probably find him in the phone book. Actually, I probably should mention his name. It's advertising for him. So that's Doug Luce. If you're in the Tuolumne area, look him up. Great guy, very dependable. So here he's coming in. I was terrible at videoing the delivery, so I didn't get the second load there. I was just watching and talking to the homeowner. So he's already got his second can in there. And this is the trailer. It's already inside the bed. So here he's going to drop the second one. I think I showed the full can unload here because I was like, okay, I should probably video this. This one he got a few on the grass, and so I was trying really hard. The homeowner has a injured knee right now, so I was trying to get every single little rock off of that grass for him with my equipment, and I did really good, except for the very end when the homeowner's wife showed up, and then I scarfed just a chunk of the sod out, but we put it right back, and it was all good. But yeah, attention to detail is important, and I blew it on that one. I'll admit it. So he's going to get approximately half the load out here. And then my task was to spread this rock. If you can see it, I'm editing on my phone, so I can't see it real good. But you look at the fence, there's 2 different colors there. That's where the neighbor's fence comes into my homeowner's fence. And so I'm spreading this rock to that point. And actually, they've got a little property line thing they got to correct, so that fence will move a little bit. So the homeowner was telling me at the end of the job that we actually probably need another 5 or 6 tons to continue to cover his entire property, because his property goes like another 3 or 4 feet from where the fence ends. But future little project there. So here's the last of the cans. Doug will drop this. And if you look, Doug was paying real close attention, so was I, of all those power lines. So anytime you're dropping both urban and kind of more in the city, this was kind of in a little town up here in the mountains, so this is more of a neighborhood. Got to be very careful when you're utilizing trucking of overhead lines and overhead trees. So not sure what this shot is of, but it got a picture in there anyways. So here's the second round. So I kind of started on the end on this one just because there's a tremendous amount of rock here by the mailbox, so I knew I'd have more than I needed at this end. So just kind of spread it out a little bit at a time, try to keep it off the grass, trying to not mess up the pavement there for the cul-de-sac that they live on. Don't hit any mailboxes, try not to scarf up the grass, which I did pretty good, except for a little later on here. It's getting towards the evening now, where people are coming home and moving in and out, so you see a lot of cars going. So what you see here is the homeowner kind of just watching my edge there. And like I said, I was trying to do everything I could to get every rock for him so he didn't have to lean down. And there's the coach. That's the boss, homeowner's wife. So she's home now and inspecting everything, so the pressure's on. But no, just kind of a real simple little job. It was kind of fun, nice to visit, and just kind of moving a little bit around here. This is where I'm kind of taking a few scoops and putting on the other side of that little bridge there, and make sure we had enough rock there to make that look good on each side. Also took a couple scoops back to another area. The very beginning had a culvert that we wanted to make sure we had enough rock there to hand place later. He's not real sure what he's going to do with that entrance, but so I'll just trim it up here, and you'll see me finish leveling this out, and then it's kind of the finished product. So there I'm loading up, putting her on the trailer, and I figured I'd just let the time lapse go while I was making the final adjustments on the trailer, and then hooking up the binders. Kind of boring stuff, but it's time lapse, so you don't have to suffer through too much. So now the boss homeowner is doing the same thing, and here's your finished product. So this is the side furthest away from the driveway where we started. They've got a beautiful house, beautiful yard, and this actually really helped it. So now they can walk straight across. Don't have to worry about anything looking kind of funny. Appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoy this and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, that like button, share it with your friends. Thanks.